What's good, everyone on YouTube and Twitch? This is Very Melon Man, and welcome to the start of another stream of Dragon Age 2 Modded. So, last time I was here, we went into Deep Roads Expedition at long last, but unfortunately, the Inception stopped here. I had to leave Bethany with Mom and take Carver into Deep Roads. You can't take both of them with you to Deep Roads, nor can you leave both your siblings at home. Not that we want to, because that would be the worst option for everyone involved. And I gotta say, the cutscene where you get to do that at the end of that...
We sent for reinforcements. Andraste knows we've tried.
Alright, what's up?
Seamus, wasn't it? The Viscount's boy?
You're here rather often, Sirrah Hawke. A good influence, I think. Even by not taking sides, you helped start something. I still accept no blame for defending Kunari. And I don't miss the kinship of the people who oppose what I believe.
Yeah, I'll go with this option.
The Arashok asked for me. I think they're a headache, but so are many people.
And you've already treated them with more grace than most.
Isn't that the saddest
Mere
thing?
existence should not be an offense, no matter how they challenge the Chantry. Not when some of their ideas are so compelling. Another time, when things are better.
Yeah, straight up, that's pretty much the long and short of this entire thing. The second act of the game is going to focus a lot on the religious intolerance that the Circle-controlled Chantry has for the Kunari itself. And, well, remember this location is going to be pretty central to all that later. But for right now, we're going to check up on everyone else. Well, not literally everyone else. Well, I guess we'll check on everyone else, then we'll get to...
Hope the day is treating you well, Sirrah.
Aveline. What's up, girl?
We'll need to give them answers by tomorrow, Captain.
I'll have them. Dismissed.
The Seneschal was particularly vocal.
Dismissed. You'd think the Captain of the Guard could requisition a Templar or two, but no, that would be demeaning. Can't have them working for the people when eternity needs a nanny.
That's why I remain unimportant. Less pressure.
As if the return of the Amels hasn't set Hightown on its ear.
Yeah, we're rich
As
now.
long as it's off its ass.
Sure, have your fun. But the coin you poured into Kirkwall tipped what balance there was.
I didn't realize I was making it worse by getting ahead.
No one really does.
Although you are a bit like the center of a hurricane. You've changed fortunes for many people, not always for the better.
After the last capture...
Yeah, you have a point,
I expected
Aveline.
this to be easy.
At least I had the guards on my side. Once they understood, they rallied. And those who didn't weren't fit to hold the crest. Stack friends against the enemies. I don't know if I came out ahead, but it's for the better.
Sounds like you're spreading yourself pretty thin.
There are a lot of people in my charge. Someone has to look out for them.
You guard the guardsmen.
I don't turn people loose like Jevon. There's additional training, doubled patrols. Costs are up, but I've halved injuries. I'll take it and argue with Seneschal Bran later.
Alright.
Grouse all you want. But the Aveline I know doesn't regret a second as captain.
They'd have to drag me out of here. And I'm sure some are lining up to try. You among them, I bet. Haven't had much time to follow you around. Not that I need to. I can trust that you at least try to do right. I'm with you if you need me, Hawke. Just say the word.
Alright. Calling the captain completed.
Hope the day is treating you well, Sirrah.
Let's go meet up with everyone else. Like, leaving the area immediately. We can't fast travel, we need to leave the area.
you are. I've been looking everywhere for you, Messiah. If only you humans didn't all look the same.
We can't all be short and bearded like your people, Bowden.
Two species casually ribbing each other in order to make themselves friends.
I came to deliver this to you. The last of the proceeds from all that treasure you found in the deep roads. It seems your friend Varric found a buyer after all, yes? Quite well done.
So you raced here just to give me this?
I didn't want to be responsible for so much coin. Just holding that purse was making me
I understand
sweat.
that completely.
Before I go, may I simply say how grateful I am that you've allowed my boy to stay in your home. I said I would repay you for saving Sandel's life, and I shall serve you faithfully. It is good to know he is safe.
Let me guess. This was Mother's idea?
I mean, it might as well have been hers. I don't mind Leandra doing that.
Your mother asks that you return to the mansion when you have a chance.
And we got 50 gold. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't really understand if simply doubling the amount of levels I can get, also doubling the amount of money I could make from doing quests. But it barely did.
Did you see a couple of children causing a ruckus?
So this is our new house. Let's go inside. And this is my new Amel home robe, thanks to a new mod I'm using. I love the black and gold raiment. It's nice.
You've settled in nicely.
It's been hard work to get here.
Indeed. Still, more coin never hurts, right? Say, if someone wanted to pass some work your way...
So, how can I be of service this time?
Someone's trying to be a guard. Poorly.
Really? Who? What's their name?
The Templar.
Oh,
He wants
him.
your help.
Interesting.
And some sort of official sanction.
Official sanction?
For his investigation. He's convinced that every random murder in the past few years is connected, and he won't be quiet.
You don't think it's worth
The
it?
only Templar trying to do something about these missing
He
women,
even
and you don't
convinced one of
think
my
that's an
lieutenants
issue.
To raid the Dupuy mansion. Nothing there. You wouldn't believe how much ass I had to kiss after that. Bloody hobbyist constable. Why can't he spend his declining years building a boat or something?
Seems like it should be easy to prove if there are bodies.
Kirkwall isn't the safest place. That doesn't mean everything terrible is related.
Yeah, I mean, we've probably
There's
left
no
more
sense
dead
of it.
bodies around
Can't be.
than this serial killer that Emmerich is probably looking for, to be fair. Alright.
I seem to recall he
I'll
had
be
some
fair.
good leads.
Then you won't mind chasing his threads. If it leads somewhere, I'll pick it up. Right now, he's just distracting my men. He's in the gallows. Do what you can. Thanks, Hawke. I'll try not to make a habit of this.
Yeah, fair enough. Prime Suspect Quest. Hey, Mom, what's up?
It's strange living here again. My childhood home. Now owned
You look
by my child.
Orlesian.
It's not something I could have imagined when I was a little girl staring out this window. I'm still grateful you used your money from the expedition to buy back the estate. I feel like an Amel again.
Just don't go all pompous on me, all right?
I promise. If there's one thing I learned in Ferelden, it's that good people can be born in a hut as easily as a palace. Honestly, after so many years as a peasant's wife, it feels strange to have nothing to do. I visited Bethany at the Circle. She seems happy enough. I guess I just need to start picking you out a suitable husband.
Yeah, that's nice, Mom, but we're working on that.
I've been wondering if I shouldn't remarry. I'm sure the last thing you need is your mother watching over your shoulder every time you come home. But perhaps there is still life once your children have outgrown you.
Sounds like you've got someone in mind.
Nothing I'm ready to share yet, so don't pry. But it is refreshing to think I could still be courted at this age.
Yeah, you're in your mid to late 50s at the absolute earliest. You have to be. Do what you want. Alright, now we can pick up some more side quests from here, but we also have 2 family letters. The first is from Grey Warden Carver. How are you? Hope it's all well. Things are good here, I suppose. Grey Warden legends do fail to mention a few things, though. I've yet to do anything remotely glorious or honorable since arriving. In fact, most of it is painful, dirty, often horrific work. Thanks a lot. In case you forgot, you'll follow here. The great positive is that I'm alive and possibly greater. Have a chance to prove yourself. Maybe you'll even step out of your big fat shadow. Thing is, Ferelden already has a hero to stop the blight. Big deal, right? So a Mullen Gowan for me. And from Bethany. After the letter finds you well, my time to cycle has been bearable. Even after the Templars made a point of pulling me through the harrowing as soon as I arrived. They thought that I was at risk of possession running away like father. Glad it's over with. As I'm mentoring apprentices, I enjoy time to children, teach them basic spells. One of them, Ella's, taken a shine to me. Adorable. That's not perfectly in mind. The Templars are mostly polite, and I know they're just doing their jobs, but some hold extreme views. There's one creep named Sir Arlock who likes harassing mages, well, so clear of him. Ew! But I'm doing fine, please don't worry me. Well, I'll try. Miriam, Leandra. Alright. This is Elrin. Words are said that grateful I am. This is Elrin giving us props for taking care of Kelrin. Active Vale, Stockhaven. I wrote Lasser's Line. Renville, Haremont. Gives me 10 gold. Oh my god. Yeah, I need to, like, start spending this crap right now.
If you need any enchantments, I'm sure my boy would be happy.
I can make it. Enchantment!
Just
I can make it for you.
Alright, order. This is where you also order your grenades, poisons, or runes. Bonus damage to humans, decreases threat generation, chance to spell beneficial effects on mages, makes it easier to evade disarm traps, increases attack, which is really handy for the future, increases health regen, makes evading disarming traps easier, which is weapon rune. Armor and weapon rune. Okay, that's... Well, okay. Oh, appears I have more... Oh yeah, so yeah, the mod got to give me all the rune crafting stuff. Because right now I want to take care of the punks in Hightown now at this point. We don't have anything else to do. And I might as well get these guys out of the way right now.
Do you think people will ever start calling it?
Now you fall! Go down!
Lays lights out. We sisters will not yield. Hightown, know the base, and protect it from those who claim his laws as should be. So, the ladies are ladies lights out in place of ladies nights out. That's actually pretty clever. But yeah, we're about to go clean these ladies' clocks for the last time.
One more for me.
Oh my god. Oh, is that it? Probably should that before you decide to like. Aveline. Hawke. What's up, Hawke? Nah, you can't do anything about this. And lays lights out. That's the Invisible Sisters. Time to go to my favorite place to get my rich
bears right at the spring flower.
That lets him off too easy. Dipped in molten gold and left as a statue in the Viscount's keep.
Ooh, that's poetic.
What are you two talking about?
What to do to Bartrand when I find him.
Any suggestions?
Honestly, Aaron, it's hard to top the one you just suggested.
I remember another bunch of them. You're a real street cleaner, Sir Hawke. Our compliments.
Needs to put someone to sleep. I'm your man.
It really weirds me out that all these Mabari are just able to show up here strictly because everyone makes a big deal about how they're Ferelden specific.
Well, ain't you moving up in the world? People talk, you know. I hear you got a right fancy nest in Hightown now. Nice step up for a dog lord. Only fair you share some of that good fortune with those of us still hurting, no?
You can turn it around. All it took for me was an ancient tomb, a few thousand darkspawn, and one nasty bastard of a dwarf.
I hear you fought through half the Darkspawn horde to come back with them treasures. I don't got that in me. Not anymore. All I got is the thirst and the dust.
But you work. Yeah, you kind of suck. You have to cut on something low town. Dog wolves report while clip molding your tails. Alright then. Alright. Okay, so that's why I suspected. We can get all the designated spawns for a certain area. For gangs. But eventually we're gonna hit that sweet spot. The part where we were straight up. You suck, Anders. No, you don't. Right now, you're incredible. Anders, look at him go. Anders, why are you so insane right now?
Better luck in the next line.
Come on. Attacking people like an anime character. But yeah, okay. Alright, we taking the dog lords out to pasture and neutered them for good.
You're glaring, Anders. Is there a reason, or is it one of your moves?
Your term as captain hasn't been particularly mage-friendly.
I've only turned a handful over to the Templars.
Every despot starts somewhere.
And yet I allow an abomination to whine at me. Credit where it's due.
I removed another bunch of...
Yeah, Anders, don't bite the hand that feeds you.
We friends indeed, friends of yours.
Do not bite the hand that feeds you. Manin! It's a dwarf's fault. Alright, the lowdown. That was fast. We took a piece of docks and we ain't giving up. Anyone comes to the base, Kanky wants them dead, doesn't care what they're selling. Alright. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. Woo-hoo. Let's get rid of them. Woo! Someone sounds like they are in trouble. And they really need to rush for a certain room where people normally have to take a bath in.
Let's finish this!
He's pretty much aware. Yeah, he's trying to see here, but I don't know if he can tell.
Go down! I'm stuck! How about you? I deny you! Somebody order a shot in the face? You'll have to be faster than that! Now you fall! Suffer no strength! Let's do this! You will fall! You will fall! Back! Nature hates you! Find them up for me! I'll take them down!
Woo! Wow, that was a tough fight. Not bad, Undercut Thrifters. You gave me a real fight. You legit did.
So you're two people, Anders and Justice.
That's not strictly accurate.
But you are of two minds.
Many people are.
Now you're the one not being accurate.
I thought those were the rules of this game.
I never know who I'm talking to with you.
Then it's fortunate it doesn't occur often.
Wow, Anders, you are just getting really hard to talk to.
I removed another bunch of lowlifes.
Good on you, Sir Hawke. We friends are indeed friends of yours.
Alright. We are now finally done with all this nonsense about the gangs. Let's talk to the rest of our friends.
Just tell me if you hear more rumblings from the coterie about protection. Blondie's got enough trouble. Let me ask you something, Hawke. You made it into Hightown. I'd expect anyone else to get complacent, but you must have plans.
I'd make a good noble, don't you think?
Maybe.
I wouldn't wish that on you, my friend. Nobility is just another word for a lot of rich people trying to kill you. To be honest, I thought there might be a chance you'd want to go back to Ferelden now that things have calmed down. It's good to hear you're sticking around.
What would I do without my trusty dwarf?
Varric, you are the real one true pairing.
Oh, don't get all teary-eyed on me, Hawke. You know I can't stand to see a human cry. So, we've got a whole city-state full of trouble to get into. Shall we get started?
It's like you haven't moved in 3 years.
It's easier for people to find me this way. Do you remember the relic I told you about? The one I need to find? I've been following a lead. I'm so close I can taste it.
Isn't that what you said last time?
Oh, you mean when I went digging for that stuff?
For the record,
Yes.
if we select enough options,
It contains several badly written poems and an old boot.
Hawke's personality resets in between acts. So if we're mostly diplomatic in Act 1 due to all of our dialogue choices, then thanks to the dialogue choices I've made throughout this video, we're now mostly snarky.
Do I get a kiss from the feisty temptress when I present her with the hard-won prize?
If you want. I'll even let you choose where I plant it.
All right. Atlas. Venos, what's up?
So the Seneschal's tax collector won't be coming around again like you asked. Funny story.
I'll pass, but thank you for the help.
Spoil sport. Why you want to squat up here in Hightown is beyond me.
I like the view.
So do I.
Get in line, Isabella. I'm trying to get all of you.
3 years.
Mage
Still
Pride,
not
even though I hate mages, this is my theme song.
Don't tell me you're going to miss all the attention.
Tell me, what do you do when you stop running?
You take a breath and look around. And start anew.
That seems pretty obvious to me.
I don't know how. My first memory is receiving these markings. The lyrium being branded into my flesh. The agony wiped away everything. Whatever life I had before I became a slave, it's lost. I shouldn't trouble you with this. My problems are not yours.
I might be able to help with your problems. Or give you a few more.
Only a few.
It depends if I really work at it.
Tempting. You're a beautiful woman, Hawke. Is there no one else who has your attention?
Yeah.
I didn't quite catch
Yeah.
that last part.
I don't need to repeat the obvious, I'm certain. I'm an escaped slave and an elf living in a borrowed mansion. None of those things bother you.
And I'm an apostate refugee. Does that bother you?
You have me there. You raise
Yeah,
an
buddy,
interesting
come
point.
on.
I'll have
Let's
to
just take it
consider
down. Alright then. Cool. Alright. Anders Clinic.
These patients need me more than anyone in Hightown. Don't come running to me next time you pick up one of these diseases.
Isn't that the point of magic?
Yeah. Those actually do exist in the setting, and healing magic can get rid of STDs. That's all you really need to know.
I had Templars practically on my doorstep the other night.
Don't tell me these things. I might have to lock you
Anders,
up.
I'm role-playing as a Templar right now.
Sweetheart, I'm not letting anyone lock me up. You included.
Look at how flirty
My
we
command
are.
was out of control.
I'm flirty.
Even her own people have been talking about it. The curfews, the midnight raids on Mage's families. Everyone I know forced into hiding so they won't be made tranquil.
If they want you, they'll have to come through me.
You're at as much risk as I am. That's what I worry. What if your money and position aren't enough? What if the Knight Commander turns on you? Everything I've done to control this. I don't care. I would drown us in blood to keep you safe.
I don't want to see you lose yourself. To the Templars or Justice.
How much is left if you strip both those out? This is your fight too. One day,
I hate
the world
Anders.
must see us as people. Not
I don't
as
actually hate
monsters.
Anders. I'm just kind of talking at this
Help me
point.
make that happen.
There's an Anders.
The Templars have become more active in their hunt for me. I won't be able to stay here long.
Uh-huh. Oh. Some death root. Why not? And last but not least, Meryl.
Have you heard from your sister? Is she settling in all right with the circle?
I thought you and Bethany didn't get along. Why are you worrying over her?
I'd be terrified in her shoes, surrounded by strangers.
I didn't know they didn't get along. That, well, yeah, okay, Blood Mage doesn't.
Sweet girl. I would never wish that fate on anyone.
That's a good point. Meryl and Bethany are basically the same type of character archetype when you really get down to it, but one's light feminine and the other's dark feminine. A bit more ghoulish. Huh.
She always did love being constantly watched by large, armed men.
She did? I would never have imagined. Oh, she's strong. If anyone can get through this, she can. Don't blame yourself.
Huh.
I know it's not my fault. It's the Templars who hold her away.
She'll find her way. Things will be all right. Somehow.
Alright, those consoling words means that we've now officially checked in on everyone. So, what we're going to be doing now, I guess... Huh. Well, alright, I guess the only thing we can do now is just do this prime suspect stuff. Why not?
I've heard about the Circle of Magi outside of the Imperium, but I've never been in one. Are you certain it's wise for you to be here?
Oh, I'm sure nobody will notice little old me, don't you worry.
Very reassuring. This seems more like a prison. I wonder if it's more effective than the Circle I know.
How is the Imperium...
Yeah, let's talk about Tevinter for a bit.
Once upon a time, it was as it is here. The Chantry watched the Magisters closely for any signs of corruption or weakness. Then it changed. The Magisters were permitted to watch over their own, and Templars kept only to enforce the law. What happened next was inevitable. The Magisters rule again, as powerful as they ever were.
Interesting.
You said the Chantry...
But then, how did this happen?
Why did they stop?
You must remember that the attitude towards magic is different in Tevinter. Magisters came from wealthy families, bloodlines that had nurtured magical talent for countless generations. The Chantry was not trying to control poor peasants, but the scions of the greatest houses in the Imperium.
You're saying the same thing could happen here?
If the mages were permitted to be their own watchers, of course. It is too easy for a mage to resort to blood magic if they feel the need is great enough.
As easy as it is to resort to a sword. You were created as a living weapon.
Time for some
Should you not be trusted with your
false
freedom?
equivalencies.
My powers are not controlled by a demon. A mage can desire power, justice, revenge, protection. Any cause will do. and then they are lost.
But in all seriousness, Fenris, you're using supernatural abilities yourself. Just because you can't become an abomination doesn't necessarily mean that most anti-mage arguments can suddenly no longer be applied to you. And there's actually has a point.
You can't say every mage is corrupt.
All I am saying is the Imperium offers no answer. All that Andraste did long ago to end the tyranny of magic has been undone.
She ended the tyranny of magic and replaced it with an entirely new one.
Considering all that magic has done to my homeland and my race, I weep for your predicament. Power corrupts, as they say, and mages have power enough already.
Okay, so the whole idea of oppressing mages because of what they potentially do only really makes sense because of the tidbit of adding uncontrollable potential for mage possession by demons. Because of that, and because of that fact alone, the Templars are kind of necessary. The problem here isn't that mages shouldn't be taught to control their powers, it's just that the oppressive religious environment created by the Chantry adds unnecessary amounts of stress, fear-mongering, and that causes self-hatred and self-doubt to cause the mages to act the way they do when they try to get away from the Chantry's doctrine.
You talk about the Magisters as if they are all evil.
I have no doubt that some are good and noble men, strong enough to resist temptation. But how many temptations do you wish to offer a man before he will give in? Blood magic is everywhere in Tevinter, from the lowliest apprentice up to the Archon himself.
Treating every mage like a criminal isn't the answer.
And not every mage deserves the benefit of the doubt.
And I suppose you decide which ones.
Freedom is a noble ideal, but I see no oppression here. I see fear and danger. But enough. I'm sure we came here for a reason.
And Fenris doesn't appreciate being talked back to.
We have no scheduled appointments at this time, apprentice.
Is there something you...
Alright, let's see here. Let's go with Hightown first. Want to check in with Hubert.
Do you really need me along for this?
Elf here? Andarana Tishan, sister. Oh my.
Rune of Banishment. Bonus damage to demons and undead. Rune of Daunting. Chance to stun the target on impact. Nice. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Oh, yeah, we'll deal with that when we get to Rogue in the party. Rose by John Look.
Do Dalish, honestly.
Light Staff. The Fitted Elfin Curious. Marvelous Moonlight Threads. Dupuis. And
I don't recognize the... difference between demons and beneficial spirits.
We've never thought of the Fade as the home of our gods. It is another realm, another people's home. No different or more foreign than, say, Ozama.
But have you never studied the types of demons? They break down very clearly into different sins.
Spirits differ from each other, just as you and Hawke and Isabella are all human. More or less.
So, this is where you live.
Oh, hey, Isabella.
I preferred the old place. It had more charm.
You're talking about the shack I shared with my mother, uncle, and brother.
I meant Lowtown. Dirty, chaotic, glorious Lowtown. The smell of tar, and the sea, and the sound of some whore plying her trade in a back alley. Oh. Don't you miss that?
You can get your thrills in Hightown, if you know where.
Pretty much. My problematic faves cannot be this cute.
And where would that be?
I can show you what I have in mind.
All right.
That was... Thank you. I should go. I wouldn't want to take advantage of your hospitality.
Whoa.
I like it when you take advantage of my hospitality.
What do you think this is all about?
It was fun, wasn't it? Well, you know, if you ever want to do it again... Wait. You're not thinking of bringing feelings into this, are you?
What about love?
Why not?
Love's not for everyone. It's not for me. It's just... messy.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah, let's start off
Why?
the snark
I'm
for a
not.
bit.
Did you know I was once married? When I was freed, I swore I would never marry again.
That's
I
interesting.
can't imagine you married.
I was his plaything. A prized possession. He saw me with my mother at the market in Lemerin and decided he had to have me. My mother gave me away for a goat and a handful of gold coins. She didn't even haggle over the price. Bitch.
Wow. I wouldn't want to meet your mother.
How were you freed from the marriage?
My husband took an assassin's blade to the back of the skull. And before you start jumping to conclusions, no, I didn't hire the assassin. I did thank him profusely, however. Ah, Zevran. He was an artist.
Well, that explains that story.
Your marriage was loveless. And you've never experienced true love?
Oh, I've been in love. I fell in love with a man not long after my husband died. He foolishly asked for my hand. I refused to be tied down again, and I fled. It broke his heart. Destroyed him.
I'm sorry it ended that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He
legit
was
say I'm
better
sorry.
off. I saved him a lot of trouble in the long run.
You're not afraid of being hurt. You're just afraid of hurting someone else.
Turns out you're a decent
No,
person.
Look, it isn't like that. It's just easier this way. Now, if you're done trying to confuse the issue, I'm going to go.
Ah! What? Alright, I'm just gonna straight up leave this alone because
Lots of old things from Lothering in there.
because I genuinely don't need 1,000 gold that I cannot spend right now.
Poor Prince. I told him to stay off the bed. What's this? Oh, Anders' manifesto. Again. Handprints. Was someone swinging on the chandelier? Sandal. Maker's breath. Put some clothes on, man. I wonder where Varric is today. Stories about my exploits to anyone who will listen, most likely.
Alright. Okay.
I hope all is well. There's another letter waiting on. Yes, at your leisure.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something. We need to get Sebastian.